guys, it's Peyton Elizabeth Lee.
And Joshua Rush from Disney Channel's Andi Mack. And today we are checking out Generations React to Andi Mack.
So big thanks for being here to react back to our Andi Mack episode. We'd like to know if you've ever seen any of FBE shows before.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The one with Billie Eilish is one of my favorites.
It's a classic,
I love her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I grew up with like Kids React and Teens React. Like those were always like my favorite things, and I would watch those like all the time.
Last night, when we were watching Andy and Jonah.
I know, the scene always gives me chills.
The show, oh my God, I remember this.
This is Andi Mack. I love this show.
Cyrus, do you like Andy?
Oh, he was so scared.
You like Jonah.
Oh!
You like Jonah.
Jonah's a boy, right?
He's gay!
That's great. I love seeing that kids my age and kids Cyrus's age and kids even her age are having the realization that they're gay. So I think it's fantastic that kids are being able to remove that stigma for themselves.
It's really cool to see kids who are watching the show and who just accept it immediately because, again, like Josh said, there is no stigma against gay people naturally, you know? It's because of what people tell you and because of what you see on TV and what you see in real life. It's really exciting to just see like these little small victories that sort of give you a little insight into what the world might look like in the future.
He's gay!
So cute!
Me reading the scripts.
See this in a Disney Channel show, and I was watching Disney Channel.
This scene gives me goosebumps. These kids are really good.
I feel weird.
Aw.
Different.
I'm not different, Cyrus, come on.
You've always been weird,
Weird is good.
but you're no different.
Weird is good.
You'll be okay. I promise.
Oh, wowzers, those waterworks are starting to come. I hate when people that are gay and lesbian, they say that they're different, but they're not really different. Whew, is this a try not to cry challenge? Because if it was, I would have
I want to be this kid's best friend.
Me and Sophia, who's the castmate who is actually in that scene, she and I lived in the same apartment building at the time, and we actually spent almost the entire night before preparing and getting ready for that scene. So it's really great to see that they all felt that.
I think we were all really excited just to be able to portray this. He's not just like saying he's gay, you know, he's just saying he has these feelings for this other boy, which I think is a really authentic, real portrayal of it. So that was very exciting, and seeing that people are receiving it in the way we wanted is really cool.
Oh God, is that Jonah? He's so
that,
cute.
Of course, is Anthony's Kugel.
Everyone's reaction.
We know.
Blocks, that's gefilte fish. Skip that. And I'm gay.
I guess that was the right time.
And I'm gay.
Okay. He seized the moment.
Okay, cool.
Such a Jonah reaction, too.
I wish it could be so easy.
Dosh
Oh, Dosh.
There are some who feel that kids should not really be shown things like this when they're young. So why do you think that some adults don't want kids to know about people who may be gay?
I don't know. I think kids should be seeing this. It's perfectly fine.
That's right.
I feel like the people that don't like gay people, and like everything else, it's probably because they didn't learn when they were young. Like, I'm glad my parents taught me that everybody can live their life.
Parents that have wanted to shelter their kids and sort of have their kids see what they want them to see, you know? But I think it's important, like this kid said, that like kids are exposed to the real world and see, you know, what life is really like, especially in such, you know, like an innocent way. Like Andi Mack isn't dealing with anything that kids like shouldn't see, you know? It's like all in a very, you know, age-appropriate way. It's so exciting that Disney Channel wanted to make a show like this because there is not a single channel, at least in my opinion, that like reaches as many kids around the world as Disney Channel.
We want to know for you, a kid in 2019, what do you think when you see a character talking about being gay on a show for kids?
The more we act it's a big deal, then the more it's like in real life you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a big thing, when it should be like, that's just how the person is. I think it's okay. I really am proud of the writers for finally expressing that. Everybody should just accept it and move on in life because it's nothing big. It's not like the end of the world's happening because he's gay.
That kid is like perhaps my favorite
That
person
kid
in
is
the world.
woke. Very woke.
Did you say woke?
I said woke.
No, but these kids know what's up. Like, come on, they're so well spoken.
Even if you are in support of this being in a children's program, can you see any validity in the concerns that some people have?
Parents should exercise their own individual control. But to be honest, I don't know. I find it incomprehensible that some kid is going to see it and quote-unquote turn gay because they're watching this. But don't try to prohibit or limit other people from seeing it. That's where I draw the line.
Talking about people like turning gay, and I actually
That's a crazy thing that we hear a lot about is like your show is gonna turn
my kids
gay.
I even got a tweet that someone's kid came out to them after watching the show. That kid was already gay.
He was
They
definitely
were
gay
just
before
scared.
the episode. The show is giving this kid
The
confidence to be proud of who they are.
The show deals with a lot of other topical issues, all geared towards a younger audience. So we have some more to show you now, starting with a clip from the very first episode, which is also kind of the initial premise of the show.
It's you.
Oh no.
It's you.
Oh no. It's baby me.
Do you remember reading the pilot for the first time?
You?
Wow.
You're so tiny.
This show's so dramatic.
How little you were.
Just little bean.
I'm your mother.
That was unexpected.
Did you know I didn't read the whole pilot before I auditioned?
Right. They had you. You should tell that story.
I didn't know this scene that Bex was actually Andy's mom until like the 8th time I went in for the show. They gave me the episodes of this scene to cold read, and I was just like freaking out because I mean, we already knew that the show was special, but then like after this, I was just like, I have to be a part of this in any way possible.
Wow, what a premise for a Disney show.
You're my what?
That's what I would have said. You're my what? Are you kidding me?
Mom!
Jesus, I'm telling Mom on you. Oh, wait.
You all have been lying to me for my...
Oh, you were spicy bean.
Ooh, girl, Andy, better talk to them.
Yeah.
Do you think a kids show talking about this would have been allowed to be made or aired specifically for a kids demographic maybe earlier when you were growing up?
No. No.
Flat out.
We weren't ready for it. We weren't ready for a lot of things.
They sort of kind of touched on it in a very after-school special kind of way, like a very special episode. At that time, I didn't think that it would be in a kid's show. I couldn't see it because it hadn't really happened.
There's this idea of like the very special episode in television, and I think it's even on TV tropes too, where it's like, this is an episode with a very special storyline that has to be handled very gingerly. And what I love to see is people feeling like we've broken that mold a little bit. We have a character with a learning disability. We have a character who's gay. We have a character who has a parent in the military. We have a character who has panic attacks. We have
Gun safety.
Gun safety. We had a deaf character. So like we've done tons upon tons of these episodes that you might call very special episodes, but for us, they're just another day at work.
So finally, do you think that shows made for children will over time have more storylines like you saw today and more diverse characters such as being LGBTQ+, and even go further? Or do you think that they should limit what type of characters are portrayed for kids?
Well, I don't like putting limits on anything.
There's gonna be more storylines, and if there's a limit, I will do a protest and like have everybody sign the paper.
I will sign the
bring
paper.
it to the Disney Channel studio and be like, "This is bajillions of people that signed this paper. You better bring back storyline."
I love him.
Shows are just reflections of the real world, you know?
Yep.
They are little glimpses into what the world might look like and what it might feel like if you weren't the person that you are.
I would say 99% of probably the response to our show has been just overwhelmingly positive. So I was just really glad to see that reflected in the video.
Definitely. I think it's also cool to see like such a variety of people, you know, from age to gender to walks of life, you know, and seeing how different people sort of see it differently.
So first question, what do you hope people take from Andi Mack when they're watching?
Hopefully through our show, we're, you know, getting kids to connect with these characters and then in turn, hopefully connect closer to their family and with their friends.
The group of kids out there who are gonna see that and be like, oh, hey, that's me. And it's those kids who I I care about all the viewers of the show, but that little group is the ones that I hold closest to my heart.
This next question comes from one of our Twitter followers, at Ramen Brina. If you could write an episode of Andi Mack, what would it revolve around?
Ooh. Recently, I went to China with Adventures by Disney, and it was really cool to sort of see, because I had never been there before, but you know, my dad's side of the family is from China. So I feel like an episode where Andi sort of gets to tap into her Chinese heritage, I feel like that could be really cool.
All of the show has been praised by many. There are also those who are critical of the show and the storylines presented. How do you and your castmates deal with that type of criticism?
I clap back at them on Twitter.
I don't really look at most of it, to be honest. I don't really go through my comments. I don't have a Twitter. So for me, it's just about focusing on what I'm doing. And I think seeing those negative comments sort of reflects life, you know, and how there is still that part of our world that is sort of closed off to that. And so I think, if anything, that just gives me more motivation to keep doing what we're doing and try to, you know, change those people's minds through our show and through, hopefully, things we'll do in the future.
Finally, we wanted to give you a moment to talk not only to the viewers of FBE, but everyone out there who watches Andi Mack, who may see this. What has their feedback and response meant to you, and what would you want to say to them?
I remember seeing the first petition something like 6 months ago for an FBE Andi Mack reaction video. And so when I saw that this video came out, I was so excited, and I immediately tweeted about it. I'm so glad that we have this incredible, active, almost ravenous fan base out there.
Thank you guys so much for all of your positivity and love. You know, it just fills my heart with so much joy to see people that love our show and love what we're doing. So thank you for making what we do possible. We get to do what we love every day because of you guys. Thank you so much, FB, for having us.
You can watch Andi Mack on Disney Channel Fridays at 8/7 Central.
Bye.